What you have before you tonight is a contract with a company called InfoSend. And InfoSend is a company that we have solicited a proposal from that to take our utility billing, and I will show those to you first. This is our current utility billing. It is a single card, front and back. What you see on here is what information about what the billing is, the readings, what your bill is, what the current amount due is, due date, that sort of thing. This small insert here is the back of the card. For years, the council has requested, would it be possible to expand the use of these, our utility billing? They're getting mailed out every month. We're paying postage. It'd be great if we could get some additional information, such as current usage, not only current usage, but past usage, so that ratepayers could determine if there's any opportunities to perhaps conserve, so on and so forth. So we looked at several times at purchasing a letter folder, envelope machine, so on and so forth, and it was really pretty expensive. Kind of died for several years, and then the question came up again, would it be possible to outsource this? And this, I believe the city of Pullman uses this same service. Twin Falls uses this same service, the InfoSend. So this is what we have now. This is what it would look like, and I'm sorry if it's not totally readable, but it gives us the opportunity to give a usage history, special messaging if we want. We can add additional inserts. For instance, if there is something coming up, could be the opening of farmers market, we could put an insert in these billings every month or when the monthly goes out in order to advertise that. If we had a special city program or the city wanted to implement a citywide newsletter, you could do that as well. You can add contact information, essentially 2 pages. You can add more pages if you like for additional cost. And it includes a return payment envelope for those folks who desire to return their payment, or there's still the automatic funds transfer electronic payment for those who utilize that today. So this is what it looks like today. As you can see, much more information than you get in that little card. So there's a whole bunch more we can put in there. Okay, so what is the impact of this? The impact is $29.21 per month, $2,921 per month, and it includes all what you see under here. Personnel costs, postage, supplies, software, additional inserts as desired will be at a cost plus the bulk mail covers that as well. Now, how does that compare to what we pay today? It's all broken down over here. Right now, our utility billing clerk, the time that she spends, estimated time on these is about $4,506. Now that is not per month. That is what she spends on it per year. And we also had a part-time person up till about 2 years ago that since we've spread that work out on the rest of the staff, so we don't do that anymore. So ultimately it's almost an annual net out. But with the additional costs or the additional capacity that you get with the InfoSend agreement and the InfoSend materials, we think it's a better deal. So it isn't quite as, doesn't cost exactly the same, but we feel for the small additional amount that it provides a bunch more information. Additionally, what happens from a technical standpoint is that the city will calculate up the bills. They will transmit an electronic file to InfoSend that will then produce the billings and send them out. So it takes that entire process away from the city staff. So that's what we've got. We have a contract in front of you, and we'd ask the council to approve it.
I got a question, Gary, on that usage history. Yes. Where on that bill? Could you go back to that page?
You bet.
Where would that be located? I mean, we can't see anything because it's too small. Where would you?
Likely would be here. Typically, you'd have 2 years of history, and you could see where you were going from there.
If you were using if you were using more water or less water, or that type of drills, that
You
would,
can also, I've seen some of the bills, Your Honor, that have what the mean temperature is, so how much rainfall we've had, all of those things. So you could get some good use out of your bill rather than just pay this amount.
well, if you, for example, if you had a drier, the previous year was a wetter year, and this year was a drier year, your usage would be up, and that would explain maybe why your bill was a little more or something like that.
Yeah, additionally, what we're trying to do, and we will be bringing back to you, is a change to the fee resolution, only to the definitions. We now measure volume of water in cubic feet, and we'd like to go to gallonage because people understand gallons more and have been converting it. A lot of folks convert it, just make it easier to use.
Walter?
We will continue to, we're not going to change out our meters. The meters will still read in cubic feet. We'll convert it over and bill it
Yeah.
in gallons.
Exactly.
I was just curious, of InfoSend, it says, it's a company out of California. Are there any Idaho companies?
We looked and we tried to keep it local, and we spent quite a bit of time working with the local vendor. Could not come, these folks specialize in this, and they've got the cost down as cheaply as they can be. As I said, Twin Falls and Pullman both use this vendor. And the other thing that makes it good for us is it also works with our accounting software, Springbrook, which is out of Portland, Oregon. We've been using them for about 15, 16 years, and that runs our entire city financial package. This program fits right in with that. There's a Springbrook module that fits with it. So it should be pretty seamless.
Gina?
I really am enthusiastic about the idea that we could get some more communication with the citizens about things that are happening or neat little, I love the opening of the farmer's market idea. I think that's awesome. So I'm going to support this.
I just had a question about the staff person that was doing this
Yes.
work. What happens with that person?
Longer coffee breaks. No, just kidding. We have a lot of stuff to do.
The look on the mayor's face was priceless.
You know, the thought that was going through my mind wasn't appropriate for the television either, Gil Walter, so.
No, we've got some programs that we're trying to implement down there that will take additional time. For instance, we talked about doing some additional internal auditing in order to try and track our expenses better. Unfortunately, it's a pretty time valuable task. So if anytime we can free up off something that is just a manual job like this, tearing cards and putting them in the mail, if we could use that person's talents to actually seek out ways to be more efficient, that's what we'd like to do.
Thanks.
Okay. Other questions for Gary? Gina?
Your Honor, I move that we approve the InfoSend contract.
Second. Okay, we've got a motion by Gina and a second by Jim to approve the InfoSend contract. Start with Walter.
A question for Gary, and you may have said it and I missed it. When can people expect to see this, the first bill?
We hope, and I'm not sure how the gallonage situation is going to turn out, but we're expecting that these will go out in January of 2018 for December 2017 billings.
Okay, thank you. I'll vote aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're on. Okay.